Hello everyone, JRDL96 here with a brand new reaction. As you can tell by the title, it's another Markiplier video, and it's a completely different type of Markiplier video. Markiplier recently did a video on this channel called Wired, which is a channel that has a lot of people who do it's an autocomplete interview, and it's like they answer the most asked questions on Google, and it's like they have this little board and they take off these white pieces of paper that fill out the answers. Like, it's pretty much like he tries to answer all the autocompletes that whatever subject it's about, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be about Mark. So it kind of piqued my interest, so I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some, is Markiplier dead, only on the inside? Is Markiplier married? Is Markiplier have a girlfriend? Like, stuff like that, you know, the typical stuff, and I'm pretty sure there's not going to be anything with Darkiplier or anything like that. But this kind of interests me, so I was like, you know what, let me check this out. So, I don't know when this was made. Based on the jacket that has a lot of Christmas stuff, I'm pretty sure this is when it occurred, so I have no clue. So, let's just get right into it. So, without further ado, let's react to this video, shall we?
Hi, I'm Markiplier, and this is my Wired autocomplete interview.
Shows the most common searches on the internet.
Myself before. I'm a bit egotistical like that, so I want to see what's going on in the world about me.
So Wired asked Markiplier some of the internet's burning questions.
What is
Markiplier's real name?
Mark Edward Fishbach. That is my name. What is Markiplier's
catchphrase? There's a lot.
I'm not a Pokemon. I don't have a catchphrase. I say
a lot of them. That's a good one.
You can bleep stuff out, right? What is
Markiplier's favorite game?
Okay, confession, I'm a bit of a fake gamer. I don't really play games on my own casually anymore. I like board games now, so those are pretty cool. There's this one I played the other day called Nemesis. It's an amazing board game. So board games, kind of my thing right now. What is Markiplier's
favorite food?
Oh, this one's easy. This one's chicken and dumplings from Cracker Barrel. There's nothing
Cracker Barrel, of course. Where's the barrel, Mark?
There's nothing amazing about the food itself, but there's something so comforting about it. My dad, when I was growing up, he would cook biscuits and gravy, you know, a lot of casseroles, a lot of meatloaf, a lot of soups, stews. There's something about Cracker Barrel's chicken.
He's only almost halfway through.
What is Markiplier's
religion?
I am not religious. I don't consider myself to be fully atheist, but I don't go to church. I don't go to anything like that. Whenever I was growing up, we would go to church every weekend, and as I grew up, I kind of drifted away from it. So I don't consider myself to be religious. What is Markiplier's
net worth? Oh, God.
Probably less than what the estimates say, but it's more than I deserve. Way, way more than I deserve. I live very comfortably, and that's something that I actually wrestle with a lot, because I don't spend a lot of money on myself. I like to eat cheap. I like to try to be as cheapskate as I possibly can.
Cheap bastard.
I donate a lot of my money to charity.
Well, that's another thing, too. You donate
Markiplier's
Zodiac
sign. It changed a few years ago, didn't it? Right? Didn't it change? Anyone Zodiac in here? I don't know. The answer is I don't know. Oh, and I didn't mention before, but I wanted to mention the stylist, makeup artist, the wonderful person. I don't normally look this good. My hair is a nightmare, flyaways and everything, so this is not my day-to-day life, but I like it. What does Markiplier mean? It means nothing. You think this was thought up with any, care? Like, this is
Didn't he already answer this before? He was on this before.
What is Markiplier
like in real life?
Kind of an asshole.
Yep.
I mean, I'm nice. People usually are surprised when they meet me in real life, because I'm not screaming all the time, and I'm not loud. I like spending personal time with people. You know, I like getting to know people. That's more personal to me, and that's more important to me. What music does Markiplier
listen to?
I used to not listen to music.
Yeah, I know that.
Point, but I just didn't have time in my life to kind of seek out music. But my favorite band right now is this band called Here Come the Mummies. They are a funk band where there's 11
Here
or 12
Come the
people in the
Mummies?
band, and they all wear full mummy outfits. They're so fun, and all their songs are about sex. It's just bizarre, and I love them a lot. What is
Markiplier's real hair color? Brown? Brownish?
Here.
Dark brown?
There it is. What is
Are
Markiplier
afraid of.
afraid of?
Mannequins.
Mannequins,
Wa-
failure, probably a ubiquitous one. Tryptophobia. I have tryptophobia. That's a fear of like small holes, like patterns of small holes, really creepy stuff. What
breed is Lucy. Lucy Markiplier. Oh yeah, the dog.
My mom has a dog by the name of Lucy. Lucy is about the size of a polar bear. She's a Great Pyrenees. She's awesome.
Let me see if I can find.
Markiplier, how to... Okay, some fan at some convention asked me if I knew how to twerk, and I didn't, but I tried. Then, following it up, I decided to make a video that was like one of my favorites on my channel. There's so many videos on my channel that are the reason I can never go into a career in politics, and that is why Markiplier. Okay,
why did Markiplier?
A category that's going to expose me a lot. Why
He's a
did
cancer.
Markiplier have surgery?
Oh yeah.
Before I did YouTube, I had a tumor in my adrenal gland. So my first surgery was to get that removed. The other surgery that I had in the middle of me having a YouTube channel was I had scar tissue that had adhered to my
bowel
intestines.
obstruction.
So it blocked up. I became, as doctors called it, full of shit. And I had to get that removed. Why did Markiplier drop out
of college?
Well, that whole YouTube thing I was doing. A lot of people question my decision here because I dropped out when I was 2 semesters away from graduating. I was a biomedical engineering student and I had almost completed my degree, but I was doing YouTube and going to school. And
that's what happens to a lot of people too.
Projects were coming up, like it was just one of those things where I couldn't dedicate myself to both. So I wanted to dedicate myself to YouTube full time. I wanted to take a risk. I worked as an engineering co-op. I didn't want to keep doing that. I really enjoyed this, so that's why I dropped out. Why was Markiplier's first channel banned? Alright, YouTube famously has a lot of algorithms and a lot of systems that are automated. My first channel was banned because they thought I was abusing the AdSense system. My channel was not even monetized. This is where it was really heartwarming because I had just under 2,000 subscribers. Back then, that was a huge number. I basically put out a video that was like, look, this is the situation, and if you guys can do me a favor, resubscribe to this new channel, and they did. 600 people followed. That's when I knew that I had something special, that people were going to be by my side. That was just a really important time for my channel. Why can't Markiplier drink alcohol?
Oh yes, he doesn't have he has a food intolerance.
So a lot of people in Korea, they can't process alcohol correctly. They get red in the face when they do. I get that to a super degree. The last time that I really drank alcohol, I actually had a heart attack. I was in the bathroom and I felt dizzy. It didn't go away, and then I passed out, and I felt silly because they called an ambulance, and I was like, no, it's not needed. And then in the ambulance right over, I had another heart attack. It's a very weird thing, and I'm not risking that again to drink. So that is why I can't drink. Why does Markiplier have
a pink mustache?
This harkens back to the beginning of my channel. I did a sketch with this character, Wilford Warfstache, who was supposed to be a news character. I did that. People really loved the sketch. People made fan art of it, and so it's become such an important part of my channel that it's kind of become the symbol. Why is Markiplier king of Five Nights at Freddy's? Because I said so. Why is Markiplier
taking a break?
This was a while ago. I basically been making 2 videos a day, every day, without vacation, up until this point, and it was getting to me that I was making videos every day that I wasn't really proud of. It was getting to me that I wasn't making videos that push myself. I wasn't using to learn anything new. I wasn't using to elevate myself, and it was just getting to me. And so I needed to step back, and I needed to take a month. And when I came back from that, I came back with a better mindset, and I came back with a healthier attitude about, making videos. Like, I can push myself, and I can do these videos that people love, and I can find ways to be creative. It's crazy that I'm only answering these questions now instead of explaining when I did it. It's only really hindsight that
I'm pretty sure you explained it back then.
So badly. Who Markiplier?
Who drew Markiplier's icon?
I should know this. It was so long ago. They did a wonderful job. Of course they did a good job, but now I seem like such a asshole because I don't even know their name. That's the tragedy of it. And that was like the first crisis of my channel, is I was getting so popular that I wasn't able to keep up with everybody. There were times when, the people that I thought I knew, you know, I forgot them completely, and people would come out of the woodwork like, hey, where are you? Oh, you're too big now to hang out. Those kinds of things, they eat me up. It's just like, I don't have enough time for everybody. I don't have enough time for everybody. The first time that I got an email from the parent of a kid who passed away that watched my videos, I was broken inside. Like that just tore me up inside. And there was this other Make-A-Wish kid that I met.
Oh yeah.
Just on a whim, like I flew out to see her.
You didn't follow her.
And then I found out 2 months later that she'd passed away. And I was done for days after that. Like I couldn't think, and I couldn't.
So you getting a little emotional a little bit?
That concept.
That usually gets them.
Laughing, and you know, this wonderful person was gone. And I barely had the chance to know her. I mean, it changed everything. It's why just like 2 weeks ago, I was sitting down and I wanted to do a 48-hour charity stream to raise $500,000. Like I'd never done that before.
Well, yeah, that's probably when you did it. This happened like a month ago.
Compared to what people have been through, that's nothing. If I can and raise money.
Why is he wearing a Christmas-like
if I can dedicate
sweatshirt then?
To causes, and if I can keep trying to push my audience in the right direction, then like, why wouldn't you do that? Why would you not do that?
Is he getting into the list?
I went way off topic.
Yep. That's how he does it.
Off topic there. I'm sorry.
Who blank
edits
Markiplier's videos?
Okay,
It varies.
So right now, this wonderful person by the name of Lixian, he has been an animator.
Wow, him? He does it now?
Years, since the very beginning.
Wow, dude. That's crazy.
I just talked with him the other day, and I asked him if he wanted to go full time, and they said yes, hell yes, and I'm like, that's so amazing, because he's better at editing videos than I am. Who was Markiplier's
first subscriber?
This was my friend, Michelle. I set out on Facebook a long time ago. They're like, hey, I got a YouTube channel. Anyone want to subscribe? And none of my friends did. And Michelle was my first subscriber. And Michelle believed in me, and Michelle was there for me. So, Michelle, if you see this, you're awesome.
I doubt it.
Who's Markiplier E? Is that talking about the E meme? I don't know,
God.
Man.
That meme I don't get.
As a joke, not even a real meme. And then I think the irony, because the internet thrives on irony, decided that that was the thing that they were going to grab onto for months. And I couldn't do a single live stream ever again without my entire chat just being nothing but E. At this point, I have no license or desire of license of this image, which is why I keep it at a very low level of upkeep. Like, at this point, I'm just a walking nightmare. So, who is
Henry Markiplier?
Henry is my girlfriend's new dog.
Amy's
Who killed
Markiplier Explained.
Okay, so I made this part series called Who Killed Markiplier that told the story of, well, who killed me. And it's a little confusing because I left the ending intentionally ambiguous. A lot of people were confused about it, and there's a lot of like mystery about it, but I kind of like that because it's a murder mystery. So maybe the answer isn't quite so black and white. Is Markiplier
good at Fortnite?
Fortnite. Better than people think because I played it casually on my own a lot, but talking and playing at the same time is not a skill I'm particularly good at, but I'm average. Is Markiplier
going on tour? He used to.
I was. I don't want to go on tour again for now because it is a drain on my life and it is so hard to do, and it is.
That's definitely never. That's a definite never again.
Tour life is not the life for me. Is Markiplier in
space? Not yet.
No. Is Markiplier John
Wick?
No.
What?
I don't know. Whatever you want. It's your fantasy. Is Markiplier
liberal?
Pretty liberal. Yeah. Pretty mostly liberal. Liberal. Is Markiplier
vegan?
Absolutely not. I love meat. I love eating meat. Now that being said, I've always thought that like if they could lab grow meat that was even
if he likes chicken and dumplings, then yeah, he's not a vegan.
Because then, yeah, there aren't any animals being killed. Is Markiplier
done with YouTube?
No.
Not yet.
No.
No. Not yet.
A little bit. No. Not at all. I am not done with YouTube. It is still a wonderful platform. As much as people shit on YouTube, may not be the best place to make a living, especially right away, but it is a great place to get your ideas and thoughts out there. Boom! That's what I do. Thank you, everybody that asked a question. Thank you for Googling these things. I bet you didn't expect that your Googles were going to be pulled up, but, you know, the internet is no longer private, so everybody is exposed to everybody now. Seriously, thank you guys so much for being even remotely interested in my boring life. Yeah, thanks for watching, and thanks for the interview.
Yeah, that was it. So those were pretty good. But the one with John Wick, what? John Wick? I don't know. Because he kind of looks like Keanu Reeves a little bit. A tiny bit. And the obvious stories about how, why did he get surgery? The other one with, who killed Markiplier explained, who drew Markiplier's icon, who has Mark's videos, stuff like that, and what was his zodiac sign. He said, I don't know, but I got the answer right there, and unfortunately it kind of sounds bad when you put it in a sentence because it kind of can be taken out of context. He's a Cancer. I don't know. I'm a Gemini. So, cool, I guess. But overall, the other one with, there was a bunch of cool ones and funny ones, like, is he done with YouTube? And he's like, no, a little bit. Not anytime soon. I'm pretty sure he'll be done. He'll probably be gone in a couple of years. Once YouTube probably just really becomes really PC. Especially with the bullshit that's happened now in Europe. And also, the other ones that he answered Markiplier in space, and he's like, because he loves space, that's another thing. And I was kind of curious of when this was filmed, and because based on, I assumed, because of the sweatshirt he was wearing, it was almost like Christmas themed, I thought it was around December. But he mentioned the charity live stream he did for, that was 48 hours, that he had to raise $500,000. So this was around February he did this. So, wow, that was just insane. I'm like, really? That's when he did this? And obviously the hair, his hair, he never looks that good. Like, he even mentioned about the pink mustache, where he mentioned Wilford Warfstache. Become an iconic character on the channel, and then he was the main character. He was the very first alter ego, one of the first alter egos, along with Santaplier. You bastard kitties! And then you got Darkiplier as well, and then a bunch of others. And you got the King of the Squirrels. Look at that. Pretty cool, and it's kind of weird. Imagine seeing that on your tree outside. You'll be like, what the fuck are you? And then you'll be like, I'm the king of the squirrels! But honestly, some pretty cool stuff that he answered and stuff. The surgery he mentioned with the cancer, he had the tumor he had in the adrenal gland. And then he also had an appendix problem. His appendix was about to rupture too. He keeps forgetting this. He said that I watched his Draw His Life, and he did mention that also he had to deal with his appendix. Like, first his appendix, and then they discovered the tumor. He started to have the pain usually that happens when your appendix is about to freaking explode. And when they checked it out, they discovered a tumor in his adrenal gland, and then they had to do the double whammy. And then he had to deal with the 24 hours of pain because the doctors fucked up the medication and shit, so that's nice. And then the guy who now edits his videos, Lixian, I think I said that right, hopefully, but I've been following him. since Markiplier really started, like around 2014, I've been following him because of the animations that he did for Mark. The very first one that comes to mind is the animation on Mark's Let's Play of Psychosis, which is pretty cool. The one with Warstash, and then the drunk. Then Mark, I guess, saw those, and then he started making animations for Mark on his channel. The Surgeon Simulator, Drunk Minecraft, with a bunch of others. So I never thought in a million years that Mark would have Lixian, that Lixian would be the editor for Mark. That shows how much how much dedication that takes. In the span of like 4, 5, 6 years, you get recognition, and to the point where now you edit for him. That's crazy shit, dude. But I know that of the people who used to edit for Mark back in the day, before Lixian started to do it. First, it was just Mark, and then it was Matt and Ryan from Syndigo, and then after Syndigo, after Daniel died, and then after Matt and Ryan decided to say fuck off, and they completely ignore Mark completely, even though Mark supports him, even though Mark kind of acted like a little bit of a dick, a boss instead of a friend to them, and he apologized for it. They kind of ignore him completely, and they'll wonder why Mark is no longer doing any Game Grump related stuff. Only Jack is. Because Matt and Ryan are with Game Grumps now. They're part of Game Grumps now, and Mark has never done any video related to Game Grumps. Like, he has never collabed with them ever again. Which is weird, and you probably would think maybe because of the animosity that Matt and Ryan have towards Mark. I don't know. And then after Matt and Ryan left, Mark was kind of like doing the videos himself, and then during the fall of 2016, he got Katherine. Katherine started to edit for Mark. And then Ethan joined in with him as well. And I guess Amy to some degree on certain things, but that's really it. Amy did the calendar stuff, like she did some of the stuff with the calendar, and then after a while, Katherine decided to stop doing that, and then Ethan had to deal with his channel and stuff, so that's pretty much what happened. So then Mark was kind of like on his own and stuff, and then now Lixian is now doing his editing, which is cool. So it's crazy that he went into more detail about the whole why his original channel was blocked and banned from AdSense, because because YouTube's algorithm is a hunk of shit sometimes, or most times. They thought that he was abusing the AdSense, the monetization, when he was not even monetized to begin with. His channel wasn't even monetized, and he gets banned for it. Like, that's just dumb. That shows you how stupid the algorithm of YouTube is. And the whole thing about him not allowed to drink alcohol anymore is because I guess he has a food intolerance, which is pretty much he lacks the enzyme to break down that type of thing, that he lacks the enzyme for, which is pretty much alcohol. And I didn't know that apparently a lot of Koreans apparently have that. That's what he said, so I'm just going to go based on what he said. A lot of Koreans just don't have the enzyme to break down alcohol. So that's pretty much how it is. Mark used to drink, which is obvious, especially with Drunk Minecraft. But I guess he wouldn't really drink that much because of the fact that he doesn't have the enzyme. He would occasionally take a sip. And then, like, I remember one video he was featured in. He was at somebody's party, and this is back when he had the red hair, and when he was with Amy, and he said, "Oh, I'm just gonna take one more sip and then I'm gonna leave it to her." Pretty much, she's taking a sip of it and then just leaving it the rest to her to drink, because again, Mark can't drink anymore because he had that little heart attack. Is it really a weird thing to say, a heart attack, because you drank alcohol? Like, usually with heart attacks, it's usually with a clotted artery and stuff like that, like Kevin Smith. But this was because he lost a lot of he kind of lost a lot of oxygen in the brain and caused him to pass out. Like, I don't know, man. It's just doctors are a little weird with their terminology on stuff, on certain conditions and stuff. So I have no clue. But honestly, I'm curious on what Mark has in store for us, especially with the whole thing that little project that he has, that he had to go down to Austin, Texas for. I asked him, like, I remember watching the stream that he mentioned that in, like, it was the members only stream. So I asked him, is this related to the Darkiplier project or anything like that? And he said no, but then again, he might be blowing smoke up my ass or everybody else's ass, just to make sure he's probably going to want to surprise us. That's how his name Markiplier was, right? And Darkiplier versus the Antisepticeye. He surprises us. He doesn't really say anything. So I don't know what he has in store for us, but then again, lately he kind of I know he kind of messes with us with the voice changer and stuff. Like, he did that, he did drunk Darkiplier. I'm so glad to see you again. He did that. He would mess around with people with that, but lately he did that, I don't know, apparently some people went nuts over one of the latest scary game video he did. Apparently a lot of people went crazy over the stuff that what he did in that video. So, what is Mark? Yeah, it's kind of funny because there's this one video by Dylan the Hacker. When Mark said, when Mark had to answer the question of what is Markiplier like in real life, and he said it was kind of a bit of an asshole. So he kind of admits to the fact that he's kind of a dick, kind of somewhat of a douche. Not really, doesn't really mean to be an ass, but if you really approach him at the worst time, then he'll be a dick. Like, I know that I've heard the stories about CM Punk over the years, especially. He kind of tends to be a dick to fans, but Mark, I kind of see to some degree. If it's the bad, like that one video that I get a little pissed at whenever I see it. It's when it was PAX West 2016. He had that freaking Civil War hat on, and he has the red hair, and he's got that blue shirt on, and he's walking in the streets with his girlfriend Amy, I guess, to PAX West, and you have the security guards right next to him, just to make sure no one tries to attack him or try to tackle him to the ground or anything like that, like a fangirl to attack him. But you have this fucking person holding the camera like TMZ, and then you have this one other person that I don't have any problems with wanting to take a photo with him. And he was cool with it. He was okay with it, but he just wanted to do this 1, 2, 3 because he had somewhere to go. And he even said after he took the photo, like, alright, I have to get going now. And I'm like, just let him go what he needs to do. Okay? Don't freaking hold the camera. Well, luckily they didn't have it, like, literally in his face. Like, just holding the camera up, looking, and he's kind of, like, looking like, oh, God. Like, he kind of feels a little annoyed at that. And I guess, because you're a huge celebrity and pretty popular, you're gonna get that. I guess he knows that that's what's gonna end up happening. You're gonna get shit like that. But that kind of bugs me sometimes. Like, let the guy do what he needs to do. Let him get to where he needs to go. Like, you always hear those stories about when people meet celebrities in the streets in, like, the city or whatever. They kind of act like somewhat of a dick because they're in a rush to get somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, look, I don't know how I'm going to be doing it because I don't know how I'm not even popular yet. But if I end up in a situation where I'm in the middle, if I'm in the street and someone runs up and recognizes me from YouTube and wants to take a photo of me, even if I have nowhere else, even if I'm not in a hurry to go anywhere, I'll still take a photo. Like, hey, cool. Like, I'll try to be not dickish, a douche, but I'll try to be professional about it. Like, look, well, I'll be nice and professional about it. Like, I'll try not to be a dick. Because, I don't know. The reason why I mentioned that was because the one of the videos I kind of saw was what is Markiplier like in real life when not recording, and it obviously has the speech bubble on with the thumbnail. Fuck off, kid. So that's kind of funny. But that's honestly all I really need to say about this, because overall Mark answered some of the questions, some of the weird ones. I even answered one question for him, and he's a Cancer. In a good way, a zodiac way, not in a bad way. Even though he raises money to end cancer and prevent cancer, stuff like that. That's just kind of bad to say if you don't really. That could be really taken out of context immediately. You know what I mean? So I just kind of like, I don't know if that's a good thing to say. So, I don't know, man, but that's honestly it on today's reaction. I kind of rambled on longer than I should have, but I felt like doing so. Because whatever comes to my mind is just what I say. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's reaction. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Be sure to ring that bell to be part of the notification squad. Be sure also to check out my Instagram because I make collabs with Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, even myself. I also do reenactments and cosplays on there, so go check out my Dying account. My Shadow Band account. Be sure to also check out my Tumblrs in the description as well. So until next time, JRDL96 signing out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.